Hi, my name is Anna Dalby and I wanted to talk about Camptown Races. So someone asked me how to play it, and Camptown Races is one of the songs that's in the early books of Palmer-Hughes. It's in book 2A as well as in book 2. And it's a pretty straightforward song. It's pretty short if you play it. And so I wanted to not just play it, but also talk about what you could do to make this sound a little bit more interesting. So first off, I'll just play it through once, so it goes like this. So the song itself is really quite straightforward and really short. So if you wanted to perform this, it would be a really short performance. So to make the performance a little bit longer, to make it a little bit more interesting, you could play it a few more times and change up the arrangement. So first of all, I think that the basses, the way they're written with the bass chord, bass chord, is a little boring. I mean, I know this is one of the early books, and so it doesn't do a lot of the advanced techniques, but if you changed it to an alternating bass technique, it would just sound a little bit more interesting. And also then, in addition to just playing the melody as written, it might be interesting to add in a little bit of, ornaments or harmonies or something like that, so that it sounded more like this, right? So that was, I cut out the repeats just to illustrate the point, to make it faster, but that's one way of doing it. And so what I did there was basically, instead of just playing the melody, I added in more notes that came from the chord. So the first chord there it's played over C. So that's a C, E, G, right? You don't have to have all those extra notes, but you can have a few of them. Right? Something like that. And then, of course, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that I do love to convert things to waltzes. So, I mean, we could totally do that as well, right? So that's another possibility there. Or another thing that I also like to do is I like to convert things to like minor keys. And so instead of using, so this particular song, it uses C, G, and F, and those are the chords in the song. So instead of doing that, I could play it with the C minor, G, and F minor chord. And then I would have to change the melody a little bit. And so instead of just using the C major scale, which is all the white keys, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I would use the C minor scale, which would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, and then the B can be B flat on the way up, but then the B natural on the way down. Now it doesn't actually matter with that B because the song doesn't have any B's in it. So, right, so then it would sound like this. Or as a minor waltz then. So there are some ideas of what you could do. Obviously, you could play more with the rhythms, but that should at least get you started playing around with it. And I find that when I learn songs, I mean, I can learn them pretty quickly, and this is a short song. But once I start playing around with them like that, I learn them better. They stick better in my head, and that makes the whole playing of them a lot more relaxed. And so if you're doing any performance out there and you know, miss a note here or there or whatever, by having the experience of having played the same song in many different ways, you just add the experience, like you have that experience of, oops, that didn't go like it did last time, but I can just push through and it's still gonna sound good. And so I find that playing around with the songs like this teaches you a lot more and makes you a better musician, a better accordion player, and a better performer, really. So I hope that's useful. Thank you.